Cracker Barrel.
Kylie?
Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel.
Waffle House.
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
Well, I thought we'd have more Waffle House.
I did too. I did too.
Shelby, how you like your hash browns? You like them scattered, just cheese, no onions? Okay. What about you, Coach? You Waffle House
Man,
or Cracker Barrel?
I like them both a lot, actually. Depends on the time of the day. Cracker Barrel probably during the daytime. Waffle House late at night.
Walter?
Cracker Barrel always and forever, and every now and then Waffle House, but I love Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, I think Cracker Barrel would probably sustain you more over a long haul.
Oh, yes.
Didn't want to clog your arteries up too much at the Waffle House.
With a lot of grease on the stove, but they're right next to it, being at Anderson County High School, so they've got it right there with
Yeah.
them.
That's right.
But Walter, have any questions for these?
Well, I
young
did
ladies right off
notice
the bat?
when you didn't have to look at anything to talk to them. You're on Facebook doing play-by-play, and I noticed that you didn't have to say, no, this person's this person. Now, I don't have that luxury, so. But how much did you win by last night?
15.
15.
Yes.
A good win.
Yes.
And who was your top player last night?
Our leading scorer was Kylie Alvis. She had 13 last night.
Okay, so my cousin did good.
That's Walter's cousin.
Oh,
yes.
really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
And have your players all played with you for a long time, or is this?
Well, this is my first year coaching them.
Well, I knew that you were fairly new where that's concerned, but tell me about your players and how long these guys have been playing together.
Well, Kylie's the only senior. She's been there 4 years, and Lydia 3. And then the sophomores have all been there this last 2 years. So they've been together, I guess, all together 2 years, if you count this. And then Shelby is the lone freshman up there, and she came on this year. So, but we have 11 girls on the team, and 1 senior, 1 junior. So most of them, 9 of them are either sophomores or freshmen.
Well, that speaks good for your situation in the future. Only 1 senior.
Absolutely. We're excited about the future. But we're excited about this year, too.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yes.
So yes, as the voice of the Lady Mavericks and the Mavericks, I didn't have to write their names down, and I pretty much knew them by heart. So
Oh, yeah.
having a lot of fun doing that this year, and those girls are really fun to watch play, and they're a young team. Kylie, the lone senior, and as Coach said, and Lydia, the junior. But other than that, they've made great strides this season. Last year, only won 4 games, right, Coach? And this year,
I think so. I'm not sure.
This year, you all are 11-7, I believe,
correct.
overall, and 2-2 in district play. And the season, you started out. I'm going to get you to talk about this. You are the head coach now, and you began the season as the interim coach for Anderson County Lady Mavericks, and Nikki Anasicki was named head coach last season, and coming into this season, she had birth of twins, and she decided to spend a little bit more time with her children and couldn't really devote as much time to these girls here as she would like. So she decided to resign. I guess I'm telling the story, but
it's fine.
But you were named the head coach, so congratulations on that. And
thank you.
If you would just talk about that transition. I know you're a long-time assistant boys basketball coach, but just talk about that progression to the head coach of the Anderson County Lady Mavericks.
Okay. Well, I got a call a week before school started, and they asked me to help out with the girls because Coach Anasicki wasn't going to be able to come back because of one of her twins was having some medical complications and needed more care, and she needed to be with them. So I agreed to do that and basically be the assistant for the girls for the year because, do all the coaching duties first semester, then Coach Anasicki would come back and I would be an assistant for the rest of the season. But then at Christmas time, right before Christmas time, she made the tough decision not to be able to come back because, again, she needed to take care of her son. And he had lots of medical appointments and things that she had to, and obviously as a parent, I understand, you know, you want to be there for your children. So yeah, I know it was a very tough decision for her. But I'm blessed. I get to work with these girls and coach them, and it's been an amazing ride already. I'm looking forward to what's going to happen over the next month as we finish up the season. But it's already been amazing. They're great to work with, and I think I've been blessed the most of anybody in this whole situation. And for them, it's been kind of a roller coaster ride. And so, you know, they start the season, they show up at school the first day, and I find out that I'm kind of running the show, which they didn't know or expect. And then they found out that their coach from last year is not going to be able to come back, and that's been tough, I know, for them to kind of deal with and understand. But honestly, they've handled it better than anybody could, I think. I mean, they've handled it like champions, really, and it's been exciting to see that. It just shows their maturity and their ability to handle adversity, because they dealt with it quickly and moved on, and it's been really impressive how they've handled it and how they continue to work and play together and just do their best every single day.
Yeah, it seems like it's been a smooth transition. I know you have a lot of coaching experience with the boys, coaching them, but we're visiting with the head coach of the Anderson County Lady Mavericks basketball team, Mitch Couples. And Mitch, talk about what's the difference. You know, you've been coaching the boys for a long time, assistant coach, and how long have you been assistant for the boys?
15 years.
15 years, so been in Anderson County coaching the boys. That's a long time. And
It is.
So what's the difference in coaching boys and girls? Is there much difference?
The basketball part's not. I mean, obviously there's physical differences and athletic differences, but it's all equal because you're playing against girls and you're playing against guys. I mean, it's all the same. So you just the strategies are pretty much similar. There's a little bit of difference, but obviously guys look at basketball different probably than girls do sometimes, and you have to be more black and white and literal with girls, explain more things. Guys are the same way, they just don't admit it. Girls are really good about asking questions if they don't understand something, which helps me, because sometimes you explain something to a boy player and they act like they know what you're talking about, and they don't know, they have no clue. So, but they got to act cool with it, so they keep playing. So, but really basketball wise, there's not much difference.
And if you would, what do you do there at Anderson County as far as you a teacher?
Yeah, I'm a special education teacher.
And how long have you been at Anderson County?
15 years.
Just 15.
Yeah.
And before that?
I taught at a couple of different places. I was at Oliver Springs from 95 to 2001. And I moved into Anderson County school system in 2001 and was at the alternative school where you work at for 4 years. And at that time, I coached at Lake City Middle School for 3 years. And then I moved on and coached at Norris Middle School for a year there, and taught there a couple of years, and then I moved to Anderson County High School in 2007.
Did you coach any at Oliver Springs?
I did. I coached there, yeah, in the late 90s.
Okay, as an assistant?
No, I was at the middle school. I was the head middle school boys coach there, yeah.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, the principal there, I coached him at Oliver Springs High School, and both of the boys coaches, I had them in elementary school as students, so I felt pretty old last night.
Coach Rather and
Coach Rather and
Harper?
Coach Harper, yeah, they both were my students in elementary school, yeah.
Okay, that's pretty
Yeah,
neat.
Coach Harper was actually a little shorter back then.
Yeah. I believe he's a little bit bigger than you now.
He is. He's a tall man for sure.
Recently named the head football coach at Oliver Springs.
I was excited for him.
And Walter?
Where did you graduate high school?
Dyersburg High School. It's a high school over on the Mississippi River, northwest corner of Tennessee.
Okay. And what year did you graduate?
1989.
Okay. Well, you're still a young fella.
Yes.
He's got some pretty good stories of his playing days. I think y'all went to the state in high school.
1987, we played in the state championship game in AAA. We actually played at Vanderbilt Coliseum. They had it back there. They didn't have it at Murfreesboro back then. It was in Vanderbilt. So
The state championship.
yeah, we won a couple games in the state tournament and played in the championship against Memphis Christian Brothers. So if they didn't have private schools back then, we might have won it.
Right, yeah.
So you got a lot of years coaching. How many years have you coached? I couldn't add all those up in my head as you
I
went.
started coaching in '96. 1996.
Okay, but
Actually, 95, I was an assistant at Pickett County over near Cookeville while I was doing my student
so
teaching.
26, 27 years in some capacity.
Yes, sir.
It's a lot of years.
Go ahead and talk about your college days. I know in high school you played against an outstanding player. Remind me, I know who it is, but
Which one?
which one? 'Cause I remember, is it Tony Delk?
He was actually a little bit younger than me. I was out of high school before, but that high school he went to, Haywood
Okay.
County, was in my district, and they had multiple college players over the years. They were very talented. Bolivar had a lot. They were in our district also, and they had a couple kids go to Memphis. Jackson Central Mary had a few guys go to Memphis and play, and there was some good basketball players in our district back then.
And you played at Dresden?
Dyersburg.
Oh, Dyersburg, that's right.
Yeah.
Dyersburg, yeah. And go ahead and talk a little bit about your college career. I know you played in college.
I played at Tennessee Tech from '89 to '93, and had a lot of fun there. Got to play. I was blessed to get to play quite a bit, so I had good some memories. Got to play different places all over the country, and those are memories that I'll always enjoy. So we had a pretty good team my freshman year. The all-time leading scorer at Tennessee Tech was on the team. He was a senior then. And we had also about a 7-foot guy from Yugoslavia, and we beat Auburn that year, beat Vanderbilt that year, but we kind of ended the season on a bad note. So, but then we got a good
Did you
team.
make the tournament?
We did not. No, we never. In the OVC, you have to win the tournament to get the bid. You don't usually get at large bid. So
NIT or?
no, we thought we would that year because Vanderbilt ended up winning the NIT that year, even though we beat them. We didn't get a bid, so we were kind of disappointed at that. So, but yeah, it was fun times, a long time ago.
Right. And Walter, you're going to like this. He got to play in Knoxville against Tennessee.
I did.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, my last year we played when Allen Houston was a senior, and
Okay.
Lane Wiseman, Corey Allen, Gannon Goodson, Steve Hamer was a freshman then, so y'all remember them. So that was fun. That was a good experience. My favorite part was somebody taped the radio broadcast on a cassette tape, and I got to hear John Ward call my name out, and that was one of my lifelong dreams.
Oh,
That was
that's
awesome.
wonderful.
Yeah, that's
You
pretty
still
cool.
have that?
I do. I don't know if it still could play. It's probably rotted or something, but it was pretty cool.
We're on with Mitch Couples, head coach Anderson County Lady Mavericks basketball team. And Mitch, if you would, talk a little bit about your family. I know you're heavily involved in your church and your wife, Karen, as well. And let's go ahead and talk about your family. You got some outstanding kids.
Well, thank you. Wife Karen, and she is from Anderson County High School. She went there in the late '80s also, and that's how we ended up back over here. As we met she was a volleyball player at Tennessee Tech, and we met there and moved back up there, and I had 2 daughters. Caitlin Couples, who is now Caitlin Tucker. She got married in 2019, so I guess 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
Yeah. How you like your son-in-law, Kevin?
He's really good. He's good. I don't hope he doesn't see this because he'll get too confident about it. But he's a great kid, great young man. Actually,
Yeah.
he's not a kid. He's 30, so he's a young man. But
helped y'all coach last year for
he
the
did.
boys.
He did absolutely, yeah. And very passionate, loves people, loves to serve people, and just a great guy.
Quite the player too. in his-
Yeah. He actually was on Carson Newman's team for a year. That's how him and Caitlin kind of knew each other. So yeah, Caitlin's she's 26 now. Well, she'll be 26 this year. Sorry, and she'll be 27 this year. Man, I'm gonna get in trouble. That's on the internet. So anyway, she'll be 27, but she's works in Knoxville, lives in Knoxville. My youngest daughter, Kristen, will be 25 this year, and she is actually over in Hawaii on mission right now. So she's agreed to do a 2-year mission over there. So, but they both played at Anderson County High School, both played volleyball, both played basketball. Kristen, my youngest, went on to play at King University, and then my oldest one played at Carson Newman. They both played basketball in college.
It's a pretty athletic family.
Luckily, they take after their mom.
Coach, if you would, go ahead and let's talk about your staff this year.
Okay. Well, Emily Bullock is one of the assistants, and she's been there. I think this is her 4th year as an assistant there, and does a great job. You know, she used to coach at Lake City Middle, and her husband Brad teaches there at Lake City, coaches there at Lake City Middle.
And her daughter Jaylen.
Yeah, and Jaylen's our point guard,
Yeah.
so. She does a great job, hard worker, and glad to have her. And then Ryan Marshall, who actually he's new to Anderson County High School this year, actually came on as an interim PE teacher, a physical education teacher for Coach Anisicki. So he volunteered to help out, and then when she decided not to come back, we made him an official assistant after Christmas break. So he does a great job too.
All right, Walter, any more questions?
Tell us, I guess, more about your players, and of course, you tell us again how many freshmen and sophomore you have. I know you. Do you have any juniors? Because I didn't hear you.
We have one junior, Lydia Meldrum, and one senior, Kylie Alvis, and then everybody else. We have 6 sophomores and 3 freshmen.
And have they been any in AAU league and that sort of thing in the summertime? Or
I really don't know how much they play AAU. I know they all have played some. I'm not sure who they play for. I know Lydia plays. Kylie has played. I know Emily's played, and Rowan has, and Jaylen and Shelby, I'm sure, have too. I'm not sure who they played for. Jaylen plays 3 sports, so I don't know if she plays AAU or not. I don't think so. She might have in the past, and
Yeah, girls, if you would go ahead and speak on that.
Yeah.
That you're, were you playing when you're not in high school? Were y'all playing AAU ball or?
Well, I've actually been on like just different teams, but this past summer I was on B-Maze.
I bounced around a little bit. I played for Flight and then Volcanoes a little bit, but I won't play this year. The obvious reasons.
Y'all played together any of y'all?
I played AAU like in middle school, but ever since I picked up 3 sports in high school, it's just kind of been an overload, so I just kind of take it as it comes.
Right.
So.
I play volleyball also for AC, but other than that, I normally play AAU and club volleyball. I played for Nikki over the last summer, but other than that.
I've played on a lot of different AAU teams, but this upcoming AAU season, I'm going to play for 865 Elite. So
I played for the Volcanoes for the past 2 years.
So Emily, you and Rowan played together?
yeah, we played for Nikki before COVID. So
Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and take our first break of the night, and we'll come back and meet these young ladies a little bit more. And stick around. You're watching the Locker Room Chat.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
Alexander Guesthouse Senior Living is Oak Ridge's secret to senior care. Our all-inclusive assisted living and memory care offers 24-hour care, medication management, laundry services, housekeeping services, and assistance with activities of daily living. At Alexander, we treat your loved ones like our loved ones. Our Jackson Suites are $2,000 a month. To schedule a tour, give us a call at 865-294-5489. Alexander Guesthouse, Oak Ridge's secret to senior care.
At Roan Medical Center, we are committed to serving this community and providing the best possible care for our patients. We have 20 medical specialists on staff representing all areas of care in a clean and safe environment. You don't have to go out of town to receive excellence in outpatient services, so please don't delay. The care you deserve is right here, right now. For the moments of need, we are here for you.
For 14 years, Subaru and our retailers have been sharing the love with those who need it most. Now, Subaru is the largest automotive donor to Make-A-Wish and Meals on Wheels. and the largest corporate donor to the ASPCA and National Park Foundation. Get a new Subaru during the Share the Love event, and Subaru will donate $250 to charity.
Earl Duff Subaru in Kingston is proud to support both national and local charities during the Subaru Share the Love event.
At OEB Law, our home is your home. And your family is our family. And down here, family takes care of family. Giving back and helping out whenever needed. OEB Law is proud to be from East Tennessee. OEB Law feels like home.
Welcome back into the locker room chat. We're visiting with the head coach of the Andros County Lady Mavericks basketball team, Mitch Couples, and he's brought along some of his student athletes with him tonight. But before we chat with them a little bit, Walter, you got some news and notes you could share with us?
Certainly. TSWA All-State football team in 4A. Tied in is Zach Shannon out of Anderson County High School, senior. Certainly congratulations to him. And linebacker Gavin Noe of Anderson County, also he is a junior. And congratulations to both of them making the All-State football team in 4A.
That's the sports writers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Gavin Noe made it as linebacker. You know, with the other, he made All-State for the coaches' All-State team, I think, as a running back. If I'm not mistaken.
And which you've talked about before, he gained, I think, 1,500 yards or thereabouts this year.
So he's quite the player. You make All-State on offense and defense.
That's doing something right there.
You mentioned something about Clark Duncan.
Yeah, Clark Duncan has retired after 41 years in coaching, teaching, and administrative coaching, both at South Doyle and at Powell. He took Powell in 1991 to the state championships, lost to Brentwood Academy that season 49-7, and he has actually been to the state championship finals, I think, 4 times total, including both at Powell and South Doyle. So he's had a tremendous career, and I just think he's one of the good ones, no doubt.
Yeah, I remember when he played at Tennessee. I think he's from Irwin.
Exactly, Unicoi County.
And was an outstanding person and a coach. You know, he turned that South Doyle program around.
Really, that's exactly right, because he took over in 2009 and they weren't a household word. And after about 5 seasons, he really moved them in the right direction. Has been in the playoffs in really all of the last 6 or 8 years.
Coach Couples, going back, talk about your family. You shared something with me on Saturday about your father and your grandfather. If you would just talk about them. I'm sure you got some of your playing genes from them. That's quite the story with your grandfather.
Yeah, my grandfather, which is my mom's father, played at UT football from 1938 to 42, and then after that, coached with Neyland, played for Neyland, General Neyland, and then coached with General Neyland from 42 to 51, with a little bit of World War II break there in the middle. He was in the Normandy invasion, so he was gone for a couple of years there. Of course, General Neyland was too. So, but yeah.
His last name was Peel?
Correct. Yeah, Ike Peel was his name.
P-E-L?
Yeah, correct. Ike Peel Jr.
Ike Peel?
Yeah. Yeah, good man. Lost him back in 2010. He had a big impact on me, so it was a good man.
And your father was All-State, you was telling me too.
Yeah, he's from Chester County, Tennessee, and he was actually All-State in 3 sports, baseball, basketball, and football. Got a dual scholarship offer at Memphis to play basketball and baseball. Also got drafted by the Philadelphia Phillies, but he was the first person in his family to go to college, so he decided to go to college. Ended up hurting his knee and finished his baseball career there, but didn't finish his basketball career, and then ended up just graduating after that.
Did you play any baseball in high school?
I did not. I never really, I mean, I played a lot as a kid, but never really went past that.
You probably make a pretty good first baseman, I think.
Yeah, well, that's what my father played, actually.
Or pitcher.
Yeah, my father played first base, so we're pretty much built the same, so it probably would have fit.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and meet some of these young ladies again. Lydia, we'll start with you, and you're a junior, and it's your third year with the program, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Did you play at Norris Middle?
Yeah, I did. I played under Cummings.
Coach Cummings?
Yeah.
And we're Coach Harmon now, had her on last week. So here you got some big plans this weekend, Coach?
I'm going to a Dwight Yoakam concert.
Dwight Yoakam?
Yeah. Yeah.
That should be a lot of fun. So you're leading the team in three-pointers this season, and you had 7 three-pointers in one of the games this season. I think it's just one off the school record.
Yeah.
Talk about that night when I think you ended up with 29 points that night and 7 three-pointers. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, it was definitely a crazy game, and I was really close, but unfortunately I did not make the record. But it was all possible because of my great team giving me the ball. But yeah, it was a great night. So.
You think you have a pretty good chance to tie or break that before you end your career?
Well, I hope so, for sure. I'm definitely going to try, so, yeah.
Well, Coach Couples, talk a little bit about Lydia.
Oh, Lydia's done a fantastic job this year. She's like you said, shot the ball well, and been aggressive. I think last night she had 13 rebounds, she's had nights. I mean, she's averaging about 6 or 7 rebounds a game, almost double figures in points, and just been a very solid player for us each game.
Yeah, I normally don't. Hard for me to track the rebounds. I usually just keep up with the points and all that, but that's pretty impressive. 13 rebounds, almost a double-double. Right at it. Walter?
My goodness, I mean, 29 points, 13 rebounds. I mean, if you get 8 rebounds, that's fabulous. 13 is unbelievable. And getting 7 three-pointers, 29 points, you can't beat that. That's good basketball all the way around. Are you a point guard or the off guard, or what do you play?
I'm shooting guard.
Okay.
Point guard.
Well, I'd say with the way you're shooting, you're definitely a shooting guard. There's no doubt about that.
You play any other sports?
I don't know. I used to play soccer, but it's been just basketball the past few years.
I guess you grew up playing basketball. You're pretty much at a young age.
Yeah, I actually go to the same church as Mitch, Second Baptist. I used to play upwards, so.
Okay. And what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite team or a favorite player?
I do. It's LeBron James. I'm sure I'll get a lot of hate, but yeah, I really like LeBron.
Okay. And switching over to school, you have a favorite subject in school?
I like all of them, but I really like history.
Would you like to play at the next level?
I used to, but I don't think I want to anymore. Just like to focus on my academics. So.
What would you like to do after you graduate? What's your plans?
Well, I want to go to dental school, and I'm hoping to be orthodontist. So.
Okay. Do you have any pregame rituals?
Just praying with my team, and we like to walk in and we listen to music. So.
Dwight Yoakam, y'all listen to Dwight Yoakam?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And your mother was the judge, right?
Yeah.
For Anderson County.
Yeah.
So pretty good. Okay. Well, Lydia, thank you for being here. We'll talk to you a little bit more in a little bit. So let's turn our attention to Kylie Alvis. And Kylie has recently signed a track scholarship with Lincoln Memorial University, and we had her on the show back in the spring. And Kylie, is that still the plan for you to attend Lincoln Memorial?
That's still the plan.
That's good. And you looking forward to the track season coming up?
I am.
And tell everyone out there what in the track, what field events you're in, or
I throw all the things. Discus and shot put.
and you're recently new at that, right? You just really came out. You came out as a junior track. Was it last year your first season?
Yep.
So it's pretty remarkable to get a scholarship already in track. I've watched you since you was a freshman, and you've really gotten much stronger and really paying off on the basketball floor as well. Walter?
What made you one day just all of a sudden start doing track?
I get asked that a lot, and I always kind of wanted to do it because I was like, well, maybe I'll be good at it. And like freshman year, it didn't really work out that way, and sophomore year, it didn't really work out that way. And junior year, I was like, okay, well, I might as well try it. And so I talked to Mary Kate, and she acted like it was a great idea, and I was sold. So, but then I still didn't know what I was going to do. I thought I was going to be a jumper or something like that. And so I tried it out, and it was, I mean, I tried it like twice, so I was pretty good, I guess. But then they took me to the shot pit area and gave me the heavy ball, and they just said to throw it, and I did, and everybody looked at me with big eyes and acted like it's probably where I should stay, and I did.
I know LMU is a wonderful campus. I've lived over there at one time in Tazewell, and I understand and was down on the campus quite a bit. I actually walked around Tex Turner Arena quite a bit at one time years ago, and it's a very nice campus, and they also have a good basketball program that they have had certainly in recent years too.
It's very pretty.
Let's see, what else do I need to ask you? What is your favorite place to eat besides Cracker Barrel?
I don't know. I like everywhere.
That's always a good way to be.
You can always find me at Duncan, but that's usually for more of coffee than food.
That's more fuel to wake up, I guess.
Yeah, all the above.
Kylie's the lone senior for Coach Couples and the Lady Mavericks, and Kylie's averaging about 10 points a game, I think, Coach, right? And
Correct.
About 4 or 5 rebounds. Does a little bit of everything, right?
Yes. Yeah, Kylie's, I call her the Swiss Army knife of our team because I've had her play point. She's played the post some. She's played the wing, so she does it all. She's very dependable in that way. Rebounds, passes the ball, shoots the ball.
I thought she was a big difference last night. She got a lot of offensive rebounds, and
yes,
she's really strong inside with the basketball.
Yes, very aggressive with the ball and very aggressive going after the ball. Plays solid defense, all the above.
She's got a nice high arching three-pointer. I like how you really put a lot of arch on that. It's a pretty shot you have.
Thank you.
And as the senior, Kylie, the lone senior on the team, I'm sure your teammates look up to you. And do you feel like the mother hen of these girls, or sort of you look after them and sort of bring them along?
I mean, I guess so. Some of them need more help than others. I do my best. I don't know. I try.
So what do you plan on majoring in when you go to Lincoln Memorial?
Special education teacher.
So you'd like to be a teacher someday? Okay. What about coaching?
I don't know. My mom thinks it's a great idea, so maybe I will. I don't know. And then I don't know what sport I'd do it in. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, Kylie's a twin. She has a twin sister, and she's a cheerleader. So I'd like to give her a shout out.
Hey, Sades.
Did Sadie ever she play sports growing up with you? Did y'all play?
She played basketball, and we both played basketball and volleyball in middle school. And then she decided to quit basketball because she didn't like people chasing her. And so then she took up cheerleading where nobody chased her, which was probably the right decision. And then I guess it'd be beginning of sophomore year, we both quit volleyball. And so now she's cheerleader only.
Do you have any hobbies when off the court? I know one of them.
I clog. Is that what you're hitting?
Yeah, clogger.
Yeah.
Clog. She's quite the clogger, and her father, John Alvis, quite the musician, and so your mom as well does a outstanding job helping us get the games on the Facebook Live. So I'd like to recognize them, and your mom's doing a little acting too, right?
Yep.
Walter knows
With the
that.
Stair Agency, yes.
Yeah, the Stair Agency.
Oh, yes.
Walter's son runs that, so that's pretty impressive.
Oh, yes.
You doing a little of that too, aren't you? You and your sister? Little cameo appearances.
I've done some things. Sadie and Mom do the most. I just, when they need a twin, I'll step in.
Okay. All right, Kylie, thank you for being here. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Let's go ahead and meet Jaylen Bullock. Her mom's Emily Bullock, the assistant coach, and Jaylen, really, you're the point guard. You're a sophomore. How's that feel to be? You're pretty much the quarterback of the team. How's that feel to be a sophomore and have that responsibility?
It's stressful at times, but it's a lot of fun playing with the girls. So it's just every day I wake up and I'm like, we're gonna do this today. So, and I enjoy it.
Right.
Sometimes it comes with a lot of pressure, but I did the same thing with volleyball as a setter. You know, you just have to get your team set up and do what's best for your team. So.
I know your mom. I know your dad, Brad. He's a really good athlete too. I think you're a really good athlete. You're a three-sport athlete in high school. Is it volleyball and softball as well you play? And,
yes, sir.
But I really love you. Really love how you bring the ball up the court. Really push the ball up the court. Really like watching you bring it up. And Coach, you would talk a little bit about Jaylen.
Well, as you mentioned, her being a setter in volleyball, I think she mentioned it too. I was so excited about their success in volleyball this year, and her and Shelby both. As a setter, I know the pressure of being a setter was the same as being a point guard. You know, kind of handling the ball more than anybody and making decisions, constantly calling offenses. So her experience as a setter, I knew would just transfer greatly to the basketball court. And she's not missed a beat, came right in.
She's a natural, isn't she?
Yeah, and one thing people don't know about her, I always put her on the best player. She's guarded the best player from other teams multiple times and done a fantastic job defensively too. And obviously it's a team sport, but she pushes the ball, brings it up, and also guarding the best player. It kind of makes you tired sometimes, but she fights through it and does a great job.
Yeah, you're lucky you got her the next couple of years.
Yes,
run the team.
Absolutely. That's a blessing, for sure.
Walter, any questions for Jaylen?
Certainly, Jaylen. How do you play three sports and have any time for anything else, or time to breathe, I guess is the word?
I don't. But God has surely blessed me to be able to play three sports, and I don't take that for granted. But any days that I have off, I'm normally in the gym working on stuff, so I don't really get tired of the gym. So it's just fun, I guess. Tiring, but fun. So
you're truly dedicated. Which sport do you actually like more than another?
A long time ago, I think I would say basketball. But here recently, they just all kind of flow together, so okay. I don't think I could choose.
So you're a very, very versatile athlete, no doubt. And one other thing, going back, how many years have you been in sports in general? Have you played basketball first before you got in volleyball and softball, or how did all that work out?
I've played basketball and softball since I could walk, pretty much. But I didn't start volleyball until 6th grade, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember you played softball when I used to umpire. I don't know if you remember that. I made a lot of bad calls, but you were this little thing out there running around. But I could tell then you was quite the athlete. And do you go to any basketball camps in the summer, or you try to improve your game? Or
I go to trainers and stuff. I've been all over the place, but I don't really go to camps. So.
Would you like to go on and play in college?
I don't really know. I'm just trying to follow God's plan for me, and I don't really know what He has in store for me yet, but whatever He throws at me, I'm ready to take it on. So.
You're just a sophomore, and looking down the road, do you have any plans for when you graduate high school yet?
I would like to work in the NICU or with babies because I like kids. Well, some of them. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I like kids. So I would like to be like a pediatric nurse or something in that general area.
Do you have any hobbies when you're not playing sports?
I like going to church, hanging out with my family, playing card games, going to the lake. So whatever I do with other people is fun.
Talk a little bit about your grandfather, David Disney. He's quite the clock operator there in Anderson County. He does a great job. I don't have to worry about who made the foul. You know, I can look up there pretty quick. But talk about him. I used to play softball against him, and we had a pretty big rivalry there with the Piggly Wiggly. Go ahead and talk a little bit about him. Does he try to coach you a little bit? He told me he was trying to get you to drive more.
100%, yeah.
Right.
Every game I come off the court and he's like, why didn't you shoot more? And I'm like, sorry, didn't mean to hurt your feelings. But he's a great guy. He means a lot to me, and he's helped me for 15 years, and he will continue to help me, and I love him. So.
And what about your mom? Does she try to coach you a little bit too? I know she's a coach, but
oh yeah, I get to desk stare sometimes. Yeah. Like that was a stupid pass, and I'm like, yeah, I know. But my mom is also my best friend, so she's always there for me. So I like her being on the sidelines too. She's been my coach for my whole life pretty much, and so is my dad. So it's kind of just a normal thing now.
All in the family, right?
Yeah.
So we'll just talk about playing for Coach Couples. What's it like playing for Coach Couples?
I like it. He's tough, but that's because he expects a lot from us, and he knows that we can do it. So it's good.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here, Jaylen. And Kylie, go ahead, and I'm going to ask you too, what's it like playing for Coach Couples?
It's a good time. We've been through an odd situation recently, but I think he has done a great job stepping in and helping us and coaching us and pushing us to be our best. And he's hard on us, but he's also encouraging. And he's a good guy. You're a good guy, couple.
Yeah, he's a pretty good guy.
Yeah, we're thankful to have him.
And Lydia, what's it like playing for Coach Couples for you?
It's amazing. I love Couples. He definitely knows my strengths and my weaknesses very well, including my fouling problem. But we're working on it, and each day he pushes all of us to be our best. And honestly, we've learned so much from him, and we're very blessed to have him.
Right, I think y'all have an outstanding coach. And right now we're going to go ahead and take another break, and we'll be right back to visit with Shelby Kelly, Emily Mustard, and Rowan Smith. So stick around. You're watching the Locker Room Chat.
At OEB Law, our home is your home. And your family is our family. And down here, family takes care of family. Giving back and helping out whenever needed. OEB Law is proud to be from East Tennessee. OEB Law feels like home.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We buy it on the spot and we pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. We treat
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood.
At Roan Medical Center, we are committed to serving this community and providing the best possible care for our patients. We have 20 medical specialists on staff representing all areas of care in a clean and safe environment. You don't have to go out of town to receive excellence in outpatient services, so please don't delay. The care you deserve is right here, right now. For the moments of need, we are here for you.
For 14 years, Subaru and our retailers have been sharing the love with those who need it most. Now Subaru is the largest automotive donor to Make-A-Wish and Meals on Wheels, and the largest corporate donor to the ASPCA and National Park Foundation. Get a new Subaru during the Share the Love event, and Subaru will donate $250 to charity.
Earl Duff Subaru in Kingston is proud to support both national and local charities during the Subaru Share the Love event.
Alexander Guesthouse Senior Living is Oak Ridge's secret to senior care. Our all-inclusive assisted living and memory care offers 24-hour care, medication management, laundry services, housekeeping services, and assistance with activities of daily living. At Alexander, we treat your loved ones like our loved ones. Our Jackson Suites are $2,000 a month. To schedule a tour, give us a call at 865-294-5489. Alexander Guesthouse, Oak Ridge's secret to senior care.
Welcome back into the locker room chat, and we're chatting with the head coach of the Lady Mavericks basketball, Mitch Couples. Brought along 6 of his student athletes, and was also talking to head coach Cofield, Brad Jones, off the air, and he's mentioned that Roane County has canceled their games for Thursday and Friday. Walter, the county, and Roane County, and Morgan County's going to play, though. I think Cofield, Brad said, is playing Oakdale Friday, and Anderson County still on, right, Coach?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And y'all play
Scott County Friday night.
Play Scott
at home
Friday,
and at Anderson County.
I think Oak Ridge plays Powell, and Clinton is at Halls, I believe. So it's good that we still got some basketball going on.
Yes.
And we'll get through this latest wave of the virus, I guess. But I know school's out in Anderson County, so it's girls, y'all like that, school being out? Okay.
No problem with that, I
No
see.
problem with that. You're going to practice tomorrow?
Yes, we are.
Still got to practice.
Bright and early, I'm getting out of bed tomorrow.
All right, let's go ahead and talk with the young lady there in the middle, Emily Mustard. She's a sophomore, and Emily, how tall are you? On the air, I say you're 6 foot tall. So how exactly how tall are you?
Well, me and Dad measured the other day, and he says 5'10", but that might be off. So we're going to say 5'11".
I always bump you up to 6 foot. So get those college scouts to keep looking. And so Emily Mustard, a sophomore, she's the leading scorer, I believe, for your Lady Mavericks. And go ahead and talk a little bit about Emily.
Emily's a very great player. She's actually leading us in rebounding and points this year, so very solid player. Actually, Hardin Valley game, I don't know if you know this yet, but she set the school record for block shots, had 8 in a game against Hardin Valley, so she's now the school record holder for block shots in a game, so that's pretty exciting. But she also alters so many shots. I tell the girls every day, our defensive field goal percentage defense is great, and I think a lot of it is because of our length. Even our wings are long, have long arms, and we challenge shots well. They've done a great job challenging shots, and but she alters so many shots from keeping her hands up that people just don't score well around the basket against us.
Walter?
My goodness, block shots 8. I mean, somebody's doing good if they get 2 block shots in a game. I mean, that's something else right there. You're at 5'11". How many years have you been playing basketball as a sophomore, leading the team in scoring and rebounding and block shots? That's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, I've been playing basketball since, I was able to walk, so.
Well, you're doing quite well and quite impressive there. Do you play any other sports?
I used to play volleyball, but I actually am not playing anymore, just to focus on basketball. So
I guess with your height, you would do well in both of those, but good to see you doing so well in basketball.
thank you.
And Emily, I think you've made great strides this year. I saw you play a little bit last year, and I've seen you working in the gym a little bit. So do you go to any camps to improve your game? What have you done? You've really took it up a notch this year, I feel.
Well, this past off season, I started training with Emily Turnbull, our strength and conditioning coach, and we just worked on speed and just jumping higher, and then I was also working with my trainer TC in the gym. So during the off season, I was there almost every day. So.
Do you have any pregame rituals?
Yeah, so we have got this training room in the locker room, and I go in there, and I'm by myself, just sitting on the little table, and I normally just listen to music and play Crossy Road, so.
Okay, and do you have any hobbies away from the court?
No, not really.
What's it like playing for Coach Couples?
It's good, yeah. It was a little stressful at first, but I've gotten used to it, so it's going pretty good.
What's your plans down the road? You're just a sophomore. Have you thought about what you'd like to do, like to play at the next level?
Yeah, I do. I want to play at the next level, so.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here, and good luck Friday night against Scott.
Thank you.
Before you go, what's it like playing for Coach Couples? I just asked you that, didn't I? So I thought that when I asked that. But do you have any favorite subjects in school?
Yeah, I really enjoy math, so.
Okay. Let's go to Rowan there. Rowan's a sophomore, and she's the sixth man, isn't she?
Yes, she is. She's done a great job coming off the bench and just gives us energy, some physicality. Rowan always is when she's guarding somebody, they're always having to protect the ball because if they get loose with it, she's going to knock it away and dive on the floor and get us a loose ball there. But she also, even though she's not 5'11" like Emily, she's a really good rebounder at her size. She always gets in there and scraps with the other team a little bit. So, but she always brings energy off the bench, and she's just like Kylie. She has to play multiple positions sometimes and play point guard some, played the wing some, etc. So, done a great job this year.
Walter?
You're the sixth man, if you will. Are you? Do you play all the different positions, or just mainly the one guard position? Or I know you're very fast and you can rebound. So do you play a lot of different positions on the floor?
I mainly play like the wing, but sometimes if Jaylen or Shelby need a break, I'll play the point guard, or I can play the four, as short as I am.
Well, you look like you'd be quite fast afoot on the floor, so.
Sometimes my knee brace sort of slows me down, but I've learned to sort of get past that. So.
Did you have a knee injury?
Last December, I partially tore my ACL, but I never went out. So.
And do you have background in other sports too, or have you mainly just played basketball?
I've played soccer, volleyball, and softball, but I don't play any of those anymore. So.
Okay.
We got about 3 minutes left from the show, and do you have any other hobbies?
Not really.
Off the court, and what's your plans for the future?
I really don't know.
It's
I
just a
change my
sophomore,
mind
right.
a lot, so.
Well, what's it like playing for Coach Couples?
Sometimes it can be frustrating because he's pushing me harder than I want to be pushed sometimes, but I know he has his best interest for me, and it's making me a better player and a better person, so.
Okay. Rowan, thank you for being here, and good luck rest of the season. And got a few minutes left. Shelby, didn't mean to shortchange you, but Shelby is a freshman. Talk a little bit about Shelby.
Shelby's a freshman. Like I said, watching her, I knew Shelby from actually church and her parents, Cliff and Bobby, and I just remember her being this young kid that belonged to them, and then didn't realize that she was coming to high school, and then I heard she was on the volleyball team. They had this really good freshman volleyball player, and she had a great season in volleyball. And just in being in fourth block, doing a little bit of basketball we did in the fall, I was just impressed with her athletic ability, how fast she is, how well she jumps, how quick she jumps, and also shoots the ball really well. She doesn't shoot it enough, but she can shoot it very well. So she's a great asset to our team, and I'm looking forward to what the future holds too.
Shelby, I saw you play with the Clinton Blaze, saw you at Clinton Middle. How did you wind up at Anderson County?
It was quite a stink whenever I first moved. It really understate it, but I really just had to decide what I thought would be best for me, and Anderson County kind of just fits the bill. So
we got a surprise for you here. Shelby made a winning basket against Halls earlier in the year, and we got that on cue. She made a three-pointer in overtime, so here it is.
Looking for an opening, 3 seconds. Bullock's going to kick it to Kelly for a three.
Talk a little bit about that play, Shelby. What option were you on that?
I was the very last option, if I'm going to be real honest. It was really supposed to go to Lydia, and she was supposed to, draw a foul or get a layup. And you could see her jumping up and down doing jumping jacks. And she thought she was open, but she really wasn't. So Emily just gave it back to Jaylen, and Jaylen does what she does best, and drew the defense in, and then
10 seconds, you said? Well, Shelby, thank you for being here, and we'll talk to you later, and Coach Couples as well, and to sign off.
Thank you for having us, and thanks for doing all you do for our Anderson County basketball.
Well, thank you. You've been watching the Locker Room Chat. We'll see you next week.